here. That went well.
That was your best effort.
That went well. I'm proud of that.
That was really well done.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about possibly, we'll see. We're waiting on an email.
Why does he have to share it in a doc? Why didn't you just email it? Is it that long?
Does
it have illustrations?
That'd be nice. That would help.
It would help. Yeah. Pictures, pie charts.
Oh, shit. He just said sending now. Look at that.
I want to tell Roy next time when you do this.
You might have audio. Keep going.
Hey, Roy, can you hear me? Roy's probably not
now?
there. I don't think Roy's on
Roy
there.
is there.
Roy's there? Hi, Roy. When I tighten my cup, I can't hold it like cool and show people. I have to go like this. I'm like, oh, it's fucked it up.
So you just edit all that bullshit out for the show?
What's up?
You can edit all that bullshit out for the show.
Are we back?
Why don't we start over with the introduction then real quick?
Hold on, I'm just recording.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
guys. How's the show?
God.
Y'all know who to blame, right?
This is Joe
Awesome.
Rogan. We are not.
Our Jamie's broken.
Our young Jamie.
I want to do more live shit where people talk to us. Do they want to talk? They should talk to us.
Ask us.
Can we have a Q&A?
Let's just do an AMA.
AMA, that's it.
Yeah.
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
I feel they would ask me
Let's find
normal
out.
things and you creepy shit. I don't know why. I just got that feeling. Be like, hey,
There's
Paul.
only one way to find out.
Hey, Paul, would you turn someone's
Audio is
face
on.
inside
Oh,
out?
Austin. Okay.
What's
All
it?
right, we good?
But Austin,
Live.
I'm gonna start again then.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
do it
do-
again.
do-
Everyone on YouTube is gonna be like, "This is great. We get to see it twice."
get to see this
Yeah.
great introduction
All right,
twice.
we'll pretend-
But they didn't get to hear it twice. So,
ready? Yeah, we're gonna cue it up.
okay.
Ready?
Cue,
we'll
cue,
pretend,
cue,
we'll pretend
cue,
the
cue,
intro's
cue.
playing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready? And 3, 2, 1.
And we're back again. Grappling Dads. Paul
Dumpster
here.
fire coming.
This is-
Woo!
All right. Yeah. Today, we're going to do this all over again. See, it's not fun the second time.
It is not.
It's not.
You can't catch the
Like,
lightning again.
I
That's what she said.
finally had a good introduction. It finally went
Yeah,
well.
it went well.
And he
the
ruined
countdown, the
everything.
whole
Yeah.
thing. And then he's like, guess what? We don't have audio.
Cursed.
Yeah.
It's cursed. All
Hi,
right.
hi live people.
The stripe got to my head. Thanks.
Yeah, the stripe got tossed and
Yeah,
said
he
he
did. He's
gets
getting
a
all-
stripe.
yeah.
And, yeah, I'm good. I'm
Thinks
golden. I
he's
know
all
what I'm
shit.
doing.
Oh, I think you're technically ranked the same as I am. I like it.
should be able to kick your butt now.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just
good with
saying.
it. I'm really hurt actually, and
I can't.
yeah, you can.
All right.
I have
So
faith. What
today's
are
today's
we
episode
about?
will be, in fact, the rights and responsibilities in jiu-jitsu for a working title. Shit.
For a working title. This show is just fucking garbage.
Paul just threw something against the wall. He's got his cup of whiskey going. Sit down, watch some show. What the fuck did he just say? Gee. He shuts it down, walks away,
Dude.
starts up his Supra, does donuts in the snow. Like, whatever. Screw it, I'm done.
You know it's built on a BMW chassis? Like an old a
Yeah,
Z3?
It's definitely not a Toyota.
Nope.
But it doesn't matter. So the point is the rights and responsibilities in jiu-jitsu.
A working title.
It's a working title. I'm going to keep that in. Yeah, that's just going to be what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
I hate myself.
Enforcers, they're cool.
Yeah,
They do
Yeah,
stuff
we're going to talk about enforcers.
properly.
And the many nuances on how to use them.
Yes.
And what I was trying to tell you earlier before we got rudely interrupted is...
By air.
Do you remember how mortified I was the day I found out I was using anti-jiu-jitsu and teaching it to others?
That was, yes, it was bad.
Similarly,
You were crushed.
same thing happened today.
How?
You know how, like, when somebody mentioned something to you and you went, yeah, that's common sense, I should have known that, but you were not acting accordingly?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it was
for
one
sure.
of those things like, yeah, shit, I never thought about it that way. And now that I have to think about it that way because it's in my head, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't doing that.
Ooh, what is this?
We'll get into the show after a word from these sponsors.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, perfect.
All
Do
right.
your thing.
Top Mount Apparel. I'm actually wearing the wrist lock shirt today. I was very proud of that today.
Nice.
Was wearing my Grappling Dad's hat, but forgot it in my truck. Austin's going to toss it again. Do it again. We'll do this every week. Fuck it. Until someone buys one, I'm doing this every week. Like our shirts, fine. Doing well.
These might have to be a giveaway.
Yeah, like at this point, this beautiful hat's just going to be given away to somebody. Hopefully it's a mid-40s person like me that's trying to be young. That's what I'm saying. It is a nice hat. We enjoy it. You guys really should check it out. GD10 at checkout will save yourself a few dollars on the GD equipment and also anything on Top Mount's website. They are great. We love them. They're doing just amazing things for the sport and doing nothing else but make it move forward. So check them out, topmountapparel.com, GD10 at checkout. Then we have Gameness Geese. Gameness has a lot of geese, a lot of stuff that you can get. Check out the website, gameness.com. GD10 at checkout will save yourself a few more dollars. What the hell are you doing, Austin? You okay?
I was waiting for you.
Okay.
I thought someone was coming.
Oh, yeah, no. I held
was
it
getting
in.
nervous.
I held it in. It's fine. I held back. These two know what I'm talking about. No one else does. Sorry, everyone. But then we have Tap Tape. The Tap Tape, do we know if it's in stock yet?
No,
We don't know it is or it's not?
it is definitely not in stock.
It
I
is not
checked
in stock.
today.
Okay. Hey, Mike, text
Mike.
me when it comes back in, bitch.
Yeah. Give us a text. We'll send it out.
Yeah, I have a roll here. If you sell it, I just got one roll I'm willing to part with, and I'll send that out for you, Mike. So let me know if I need to fill that order of one roll.
I'm not using my fingers right now, so I don't need this
I'm not-
tape.
Yeah, you guys can go
I have
ahead.
extra.
Also, did you see my ring? It's a fucking Spider-Man ring. It's badass. It's awesome. Groove Life. Check
Did
it
you
out.
marry Spider-Man?
No, but I should have.
Are we sponsored by them now? I'm not
We should be.
sure what's
We
going
should
on.
be because they're great silicone rings that don't break and stuff when you're using them.
To be
during-
fair, we should be sponsored by
yeah,
Groove
because
Life.
you have one
I
on
have
right
one
now,
too,
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
Groove
don't
Life.
wear...
What's up?
Cut a promo right now. Let's do it. I'll reach out. See if I can get a sponsorship.
You should. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been wearing mine for 3.5 years.
Yeah, before I got Groove
Yeah.
Life, I didn't wear rings because jiu-jitsu, it would get
Oh,
ripped
yeah,
off.
they would get ripped off, yeah.
Yeah, it was clanging and banging. Like, you can't
Ooh.
wear them
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're
You
deadlifting.
can't wear it
just
on
can't. I would lose my rings all the time.
Yeah.
My wife would get all mad at
Mine
me
was
for not
in my
wearing
golf
them.
bag for 2
Oh,
years.
yeah. Regular rings are worthless if
Yes.
you do any kind of sports.
Oh, yeah.
Worthless.
You have to take them off, then they get lost because we're guys or gals, and we
Yep.
lose shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they have Avengers shit. This is like it looks like an old comic book strip. It's freaking awesome.
Nice.
And then it was buy one, get one. So I got a regular black one so I could be all incognito Spider-Man
You know
fan.
what you're not gonna
And
get?
it's got Spider-Man face on it.
You're not going to get that with the regular ring. You're just not.
No, you aren't going to get a Spider-Man ring out of that.
Hell to the no.
Get
Groove
some.
Life is going to be like,
Honestly,
thanks.
I've had probably,
but no thanks.
I think I have 6 or 7 Groove Life rings.
I've had this one for years.
Well, it's
Same
warranted
one.
for life.
Years. Yeah, really?
Yeah. Anything happens to it, wears out, color changes on it, they'll just send you a new one for $6. I think they charge you.
I got a black one. So
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. You got the Spartan ring. They still sell that bitch.
Yeah, the Spartan guy is gone.
You know,
so I could get a
you
new
could.
one then.
They'll just send you a brand new one. I know they're not sponsors, but
We're trying something out, guys.
yeah, just trying something out. But I do honestly love them. I've had multiple. Paul got
Yeah.
this because I had it, and his wife was like, "That's pretty sweet." I'm like, "Yeah, get one for Paul," because she wanted to show that you were still married.
Yeah.
So it made sense.
Due to circumstance, it's not like it.
Yeah, no, this
Yeah.
doesn't help anything.
That's fine. It's fine.
No, it's okay. I'm hurt. But then we have, but check it out whenever it comes back into stock. We will let you know. Death Grip 2 on Amazon. Great stuff. We love him. Mike's a great guy. Then we have Black Line Jiu-Jitsu. Is not a sponsor, but we do train there occasionally. Not right now because we've been banned. But it's a great place to train. Chad Pomeroy is our head coach. We have Jesse Sefton that I got his Christmas card, and gosh, his kids are adorable. And he did it right. He left himself off the card.
Just kind of.
Yep, just leave yourself off. That's what
Not
I
the
do.
important one here.
Yep. I'm not pretty. So, but yeah, we have a lot of fun. Then we have Justin. He's an Adonis. You can come see that guy. Nogi. Oh, he's pretty. He's pretty.
Tell me more.
I can't. I just get lost in his eyes.
Go on.
It's just so awkward.
Go on.
We should post another picture of him. He's very pretty.
Who else we got?
We should. We should put his face on one of ours, like superimpose it.
We're still talking about this, aren't we?
Yeah, it's still happening. So pretty. Doesn't even listen to the show, so. Anyways, then we have Croyler Gracie, not a sponsor, but a contributor to the show all the time. Shut your face. And we do appreciate him and all that he's done for coaching. And, oh, God, Dingle Fritz is going to say something. What's up?
What's a dingle fritz?
I don't know. I've said
I've
it
got
for
a bone
years.
to pick with Croyler.
Oh, shit.
Did you see the
Are you pulling a Kip?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did see
Did you
that.
see the
I did
comment
see
he left
that.
on my profile picture
Yeah,
on
he was
Facebook?
making fun of your choking technique.
That was fantastic.
I can't legitimately choke my girlfriend for a photo shoot.
Why?
No, I mean, why not?
Come on. If she goes out
Don't
during
come
a photo
on me.
shoot,
I'm asking
that's
what
true.
what?
I've
That's
got a
true.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
You don't have to choke her. How? You can let her tap.
Yeah.
But at least do it right.
She won't tap. She's Tony Ferguson. She doesn't tap.
Actually, I'll probably give her that. I've met her. She's cool as shit.
I'm saying that's her problem then.
But she seems that she would definitely go out for.
You know, you can actually
She's
put
competitive.
it on right, but not apply it.
But then the technique's incorrect.
I
Then
was doing it for the gram. It's just a photo.
Do it right for the gram.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, move on.
no, this was her freaking Christmas card.
You're both getting one, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah.
Sweet. Don't do that. Take
Are your cats in it?
yeah.
I know they aren't, but your cat should have been in it just to complete the whole thing.
Croyler, next time we
But
have
Croyler literally made fun of your picture.
Yeah.
Like, didn't say something nice like nice picture. He just that's terrible technique.
Terrible technique. Shannon, you had great defense. Don't
Yeah.
make excuses for Austin.
he could take your stripe away. Like, no.
He
that's-
probably should.
I don't think he would. Yeah, he hasn't taken mine back. I've
That's a
offered
good
it too.
point.
I've offered it. I'm like, here, go
You just
ahead.
picked it off yourself. Like,
No, if it comes off naturally, just like on my white belt, I ain't putting that bitch back on unless somebody else does it. Ben had to do it when I lost 2 in a row. I had 1 stripe left, and Ben's like, "Come here." I'm like, "No." He put it back on, but no, Just Jiu-Jitsu is their podcast. Great stuff, great information. Besides being mean to Austin, other than that, they're pretty good people. So definitely check it out. And next time you can have a seminar, you should definitely have him. He will blow your mind every time, I guarantee.
for sure. Actually, he's kind of part of this show a little bit because him and Croyler and Paul had a conversation about this.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was kind of like either...
So how did this come up? Because
either-
this is not something we've talked about.
I was trying to get a pro tip from Croyler.
Good luck.
Right. It's been a minute. And he goes, hey, I had a very interesting email dialogue with Paul Elliott about a situation that came up for him that he wanted to know about, and we had a really good discussion about it.
Nice.
That might make a good pro tip. He goes, you should probably have, video us on. I'm like, we don't do that. But It's
Who
not that
wants to video us on? Croyler?
Yeah, have like a Zoom, like a whatever you did. That thing that other podcasts do, like every other podcast but us.
Yeah, and I don't like them. Every time I hear them, I don't like them because you have two people that sound amazing and one robot. I don't like it. Yeah. It's just not my thing.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You want to come on this show, we have a great couch you can sit on.
We do have a great couch.
Over there.
Exactly. Come on over, Croyler.
It's not even a futon anymore, man. We hook you up.
It's fine. I have whiskey.
I still have your unicorn headphones I got you last time. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, I had llama and unicorn for each of them.
Anyway,
I'm a good guy.
The point is, he called me up and says, I can try to write it up in pro tip form, or Paul can, because it was his situation. So he goes, throw it to Paul first, and if he wants it, then cool. If he doesn't, then I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so Paul decided he's going to do it, and he came in clutch at the last minute.
Well, Corey would have came in clutch in January, maybe.
And perhaps,
like, I'm clutch right now.
I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
Paul, before you start this, Mr. Elliott, I'm calling him Mr. Elliott because I respect him.
Fear does a lot of weird shit.
I was going to say, I'm afraid he'll hurt me.
Fear does a lot of shit.
I made a joke in the clanging and banging flick chat section, and he thought it was for him. And I was like, no. I don't want any of you.
I saw that. I saw that. He's like, what did he say? Like, actually read that first.
Well,
first,
Paul mentioned this in the YouTube live. For the viewers here in the chat, Paul is reading this blind. He has only a little idea what's in the article that was wrote last minute.
Be bad.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh.
Yeah, this could be ugly. Usually you pre-read.
Yeah, I didn't pre-read anything.
Yeah,
this
could be a struggle.
It's usually a wreck.
Yeah, I struggle when I know what it says.
Also true.
Also true.
Am I the only one that doesn't struggle with something every week? Just kidding. I struggle with everything. Life's a fucking struggle.
I don't listen to our shows anymore, but I have heard some.
I've listened to our shows.
All right. So
recently, because they come up for no apparent reason on my shit, and I'm just like, whatever.
It starts off episode. If you've been around jiu-jitsu for a while, you'll see some patterns in sparring behavior and the norms that are in place to enforce those norms. These informal or formal rules serve to create a training environment where people can safely explore their physical and mental limits without dire consequences. Unless you're Kip, who in fact had a dire consequence. With
really?
The neck.
I don't see any issues.
You're not dead, so it wasn't that dire.
I made it up. It didn't happen.
No, as long as you're still breathing and you can do jiu-jitsu, you're fine. You know what? I actually agree with Paul here. Moving on.
Going back to it.
So, yeah, point is, you should be able to go there it's a combat sport. It's a combat art. It's self-defense.
Yes.
You want to learn it, and you want to make sure that it works. And then the cool thing about jiu-jitsu is, of course, the realness. Like, you can go 100%, and I tried my hardest. I fought as hard as I could and came up extremely short. And that's what proves this is like king shit of all arts, right?
It is.
Because when I was doing taekwondo and karate and all that kind of fun stuff, you're like, no, man, you got to pull your punches. You got to just kind of like tap them or,
Sparring's really sparring.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So with this, like, you know it's real.
Yeah.
You feel, and the first day you're like, oh, this hits different.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Kids are saying that nowadays.
Are they?
Moving on. So you want to be able to train this, but not get screwed up, right? Not end up like Kip. You don't want a broken neck. You don't want broken fingers and ribs, and you don't want to do it.
Don't do that.
And you need to trust your fellow teammates to not hurt you, especially when you're brand new at the shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And even when you're not, right? So when you're brand new, people have to save them from themselves.
Yes.
When you're not brand new, you can't be that guy. You know what I mean? Because you can't claim ignorance anymore. So you have to foster an environment and a culture where people they're not like that day one mentality, but they can really hurt you.
Yes.
Yeah. Make sense? So
yes,
that's kind of we're kind of getting to how to enforce people to not be like that. Because,
it's hard.
Because all walks of life come in. Like we've talked about, people like Austin, to his credit, he's never needed enforced. Nobody's ever had to go, hey, beat that guy's ass. He's treating her or him like shit. And he's just trying to murder him. Like say what you want about Austin, and I do, and so do you.
Clearly.
I will give him this. Like, he is one of my favorite roles.
Always has been, though.
Because he's not just trying to win. He's trying to
Yeah.
learn. He's curious about what you're doing to him.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
asking questions, how he can stop it. So he has a learning mindset doing this. He doesn't have a I must win mindset.
Mindset.
But then at the opposite end of that spectrum, me, you had...
When you started, yeah.
When I started, right. This is 12 years ago.
FYI, I just want to point out that you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 12 years since I met you.
I'm not aging. That's the great part about this.
Go back to our old episodes. He will tell you in those he's been training for 12 years. I'm like, evidently time doesn't count for Paul.
Over here.
No. Time does not fly. It stands still.
Yeah, I realized
Look
that
at-
when I was listening to our show the other day. I was like, oh, wow. He said
12
years 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's neither here nor there, kid.
Okay.
The fact is,
Continue,
when
sir.
I first started, exactly 12 years to the day, I had the mindset where I'd go in there and hurt people.
Yeah.
And looking back, and this is actually part of the show, I didn't realize I was enforced upon by the black belt.
Oh, so
by
you
the
were.
coach.
I always
I
kind
was-
of wondered that. Never asked them.
Yep. I was, and I didn't realize it because I was so ignorant.
Well,
I didn't realize what he was proving a point without saying anything. And to me, I didn't take it the way it was supposed to be taken. I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Well, and that's part of the issue I have with Matt enforcing is I've seen it. I've seen people just utterly annihilated by Morgan. She's been a great one because usually she'll just do it very intelligently, basically immobilize a guy. And just be like, there you go. How's that feel? But then I've seen Coach just be like, all right, I'm going to put it on you, whatever. The guys don't get it because they'll just the very next roll, they're like, dude, that was a good roll, Coach.
We're going to get to that. This is the part that kind of blew my mind today. It's just like, why don't we do it the way he was talking about?
Yes.
And he kind of came
Just right there. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is fun. I like this one, even though it makes me feel bad about myself. All right, training environment. A cardinal rule of jiu-jitsu sparring is to never injure someone in training. Accidents happen, but willfully sparring in a way that can violate that rule tends to bring down enforcers. Enforcers are typically upper belts that can handle any situation you throw at them and can cause immense suffering, specifically without injuring someone. The mere existence of enforcers can help keep a room in check because nobody wants to be the subject of enforcement action. If you've ever seen it happen, it can look semi-violent.
Yeah.
In an unhealthy environment, it is in fact violent.
Well, the problem is a lot of times if you're the type of person that needs to be enforced upon, you're going to fight even harder, and it's going to turn into something ugly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and then there's levels to enforcement, right? There's young Paul and what I would have been.
Okay.
So 12 years to the day ago, if I had been
die on that hill, aren't
if
you?
I had been doing this for 24 years and I'd been a purple belt then,
Yeah.
I would have been an asshole enforcer. I would have been exuding violence because fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You have a green light to
Right.
exude
Yeah.
violence.
But if I see that happen today, like let's say somebody comes in and they beat up my little buddy Austin, right?
Yeah.
So some spanky new white belt comes in, he can bench press 135 for 5 like Austin can't, and he just like wrecks you.
155 for 5. Thank you.
3.
No.
3 by 3. Sorry.
You
Yeah,
did
I
3?
read it. It's
3 by 3.
and
I
it's,
said that's pretty good.
and it's not though.
3 sets of 3. I told you last time I maxed out at 160.
Yeah. 160.
Where's the respect?
He's 5 pounds.
I
He's
will-
10 pounds over his weight.
Thank you. 5 pounds. I'm 150.
Damn.
Wouldn't you
You're
155?
155?
If you can do 3 sets of 10, I'll respect that. Until then,
By the end of the
good
year.
job for
By
getting
the end of the year,
better.
it'll be done. By the end of the year, it'll be done.
I thought we were talking about. You're
Matt
just changing
enforces.
the rules. You realize this, right? You
That's
changed
fine.
the rule on him
I'm not.
midstream.
It's cohesive.
It's fine. Give me a Matt
It's
enforcer.
cohesive.
Yeah.
I'm just adding shit.
My point is,
Paul's going to be right, damn it.
what was my point? Okay, so today's Paul, right? The
Yes.
the 40-year-old dad of 2, semi-cripple. I can enforce, right? So I can enforce on a white belt,
Yes.
but it's not going to be the same thing as if I had the same mentality 12 years to the day ago.
Okay.
So I will prove a point, but it's not going to be violent.
No.
You know, I'm not going to cause somebody to go, I quit.
Yeah, you don't want to go that far.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
depending.
well,
I don't know. I've heard of some horror stories of guys that have been in a gym.
I get, you know what? So I'm saying all this and I'm running through scenarios in my mind like,
Yeah.
maybe I would.
Yeah, there's some super big assholes.
You know what? I take that back. What I just said, scrap it. I might get just as violent depending on the situation.
Hold on. Did we ever get to that thing where he feels
No, we're getting there.
we're going to get
Yeah,
there?
we're gonna get there.
Okay,
Don't
that's
you
all
worry.
part of this?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. We're gonna talk about this.
Okay, I'm just making sure because we started the show twice. I don't know what the fuck we talked about.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. So, boy, an enforcer is a blunt tool. You know.
Just can't even get by it. What an idiot. It's a blunt tool. Get it? Blunt tool. It's what we call Austin when he's not around.
I see. I see what you did there, Paul.
You had to apply it to something. It was better.
Ugh.
Better.
Ooh, I need a minute. There's. Okay, settle down.
Paul.
There is a time and a place for their actions, but the scope of still trying to get over it.
Oh my
But
God, dude.
we're doing this again.
I don't even think it was a joke.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It's not a
But
joke.
no, I'm just a child.
A little
but
bit.
but the scope of this essay is to focus on the real goal of maintaining a safe and productive training environment. If everyone takes their rights and responsibilities as training partners seriously, then the need for enforcers is dramatically reduced. In any single instance where an enforcer might be brought out, it's best to look at the two people involved that may cause an enforcement action to take place. In a situation where someone is going too hard or they're rolling in a potentially dangerous way, the sparring pair is either two meatheads who are mutually stupid. I've seen plenty of that.
Plenty of that.
Or a scenario where one person is the defender being overwhelmed and the other person is the offender. Shut up. Who is
Offender?
offender?
Love me a good offender.
Who is potentially breaking the rules. I'm just going to go by it. Who is potentially breaking the rules of norms and good training behavior. Mutual stupidity is a topic for another time.
I just
That's
keep
fair.
thinking of cool hip.
That's fair enough. Like if
Offender.
offender,
Cool hip? Why are you
cool whip,
why are you focusing on the wrong letter?
cool whip. So,
Sorry.
that's a good point. So if two people are mutually stupid and they're
Yeah.
just just beating the hell out of each other
Yeah.
for the sake of doing that without any jiu-jitsu, and they're they don't care about each other's well-being or their own. It should be dealt with, right? You got to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like enforcement worthy. You're not like, hey, they were just kicking each other's asses. Hey, enforcer, go kick their ass worse than they just kick each other's asses.
Make sure one watches while the other one gets his ass kicked.
This is how you deliver a proper ass whipping. Do you get it now?
It's not
Yeah.
helping. No.
No, I don't understand. I just did the same thing you did. You didn't, though.
You did nothing of the sort.
All right. And in offender-defender scenario, an outside observer sees an unfair situation that looks unhealthy and potentially dangerous. Sending in an enforcer to give the offender a taste of their own medicine feels like righteous justice. Yes, it does. But just as unskilled natural reactions lead to certain defeat in jiu-jitsu, this natural reaction towards rebalancing the scales through enforcers is not necessarily beneficial. This is where I'm like, oh.
Okay.
It gets better. Like, let's get into the good stuff now.
Yes.
So, what I thought was I am restoring balance to the universe, which is this gym. I am
Yes.
fixing the culture by going, somebody beat up my little buddy Austin, who is defenseless. Utterly defenseless. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to defend his honor. I am going to white knight this situation.
Feels like a really,
Yeah.
really weird
Yeah.
fairy tale.
So well, in my mind, it could happen. In
Yeah.
my mind, I'm doing the right thing. I am the Superman of the situation. I am the hero, right?
Have you done this in real life?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so have I.
Yes, I have.
Austin?
I've not done it.
Oh.
No, I told you, defenseless. Like, what's he gonna do?
I've seen it done.
Yes.
I've seen it done.
Yes.
And it can be very fun to watch.
Yes. Well, I saw Kip do it.
Oh,
Do you know which one I'm talking about? Kip?
Yes.
okay.
I won't name names, but there was a gentleman who came into our gym
Mm-hmm.
and he went a little hard with a female. Like he just wanted to beat up a female.
It was 2 females in a row.
Okay, there you go. Once again, not naming names.
Yep.
And Kip politely pulled him aside and said, "You're with me now." And he armbarred the bleep out of him.
Repeatedly.
I don't know why I'm censoring myself. Like, I can't swear. That's Kip next week.
That's me next week.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
You white knighted the situation, and it felt good, didn't it? It felt
It
good.
did until he cried a little, and then I did feel bad. Didn't he?
Yeah, I did.
I made him cry a little. I didn't mean
You didn't
to.
feel bad.
Yeah, I did.
I wouldn't
really
have felt
did.
bad. I'm not gonna lie. I would have felt better
Well,
if he had cried.
It's just a young, stupid kid.
Yeah. Then
I
you
mean,
taught.
and by kid, he was in his 20s. But,
Child.
yeah,
Little
child,
baby.
baby.
Little
And,
baby.
I did feel bad momentarily. But
Are you making that up? Because
No.
I can't see you feeling bad about that.
No, I did.
Because I certainly wouldn't have. Even today, I don't think I'd have felt bad.
Literally, I'm not kidding. I felt fine with it until like he started literally crying.
Knowing-
And I'm like, oh.
Knowing what I know now, I would have done the same thing in your position. If I seen it, I would have done that.
Well, dude, it was bad too.
Yeah,
he
no.
was literally abusing, and yeah, it was bad.
Yep.
It was,
Yep.
and it wasn't Chad's fault or any of the coaches because literally he did it when he was on the opposite side because it was multiple days he was doing it, and he was doing it whenever Chad was nowhere near him. And it's like, well, do I be a tattletale? And then I just lost it. I'm like, now you're just being a dick. He put, don't need to tell the story, but he was just being a dick.
Right. Point is you seen enforcement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done it. It wasn't my place.
Again, like everything, there's nuance.
I do.
There's it's a sliding scale. There's levels to the game, and there's nuance.
Yes.
Right. So that being said, like this, what we're reading here isn't like the be all end all. It's a snapshot. It's a snippet of.
Yeah.
We could be better enforcers. We could help out.
Use enforcers as there should be used
Yes.
as improving your gym rather than
Yes.
because you're being detrimental to the gym.
Right.
I was being detrimental to the gym at that point in some way.
Perhaps. So, like I said, sometimes that might be totally justified.
Yeah.
My point is if he was doing that to Austin, it would have been less justified because he just doesn't know any better. But when he's like singling out people that he knows
Yeah,
he can beat,
it wasn't even that it was women. He was literally choosing people that were smaller than him that he could beat up.
right.
Didn't
So
matter if it was men because the women he was doing to, he wasn't doing jiu-jitsu. He was just stronger than they
yeah,
were.
I see that in kids class.
Yeah.
Like certain children just want to roll with people that they can win.
Yeah, that it can be.
Yeah.
Doesn't man, woman, child doesn't matter.
And some people grow
Yeah.
into adulthood doing the same
And
thing.
that's what he was
have
doing.
yeah, exactly. So again, a bunch of nuance. Like sometimes, like what I would consider that wrong, generally speaking, in some situations or instances. No, it's cool. Make them cry. You know, some people shouldn't be in a jiu-jitsu gym.
So, I agree with what I did. I don't feel bad in the sense that I defended someone, but I do feel bad that I made that choice. It shouldn't have been my choice.
Right.
I should, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have made that choice.
So Paul's other point with that is when we're watching a situation, we're not, because we're not involved in it, we're not feeling it. We don't know
Yeah.
how bad it is. We don't know if they're comfortable with it. So they might have been just going, maybe they weren't getting the best of it, right? They weren't getting the best of him. They were struggling because they're, white belts, early blue belts, right?
Yeah.
But they were fine with it. Like they weren't mad.
Let's say that they weren't.
Right, but
Okay.
let's say I'm saying in a situation where you didn't know, you just took it upon yourself to go, I think that was messed up, and I'm going to go enforce.
Okay, that wasn't it though.
Right,
So yeah, I see what
I'm
you're
just
saying. Yes,
in-
go.
These situations
Yes,
can happen,
yeah.
and this is one that Paul Elliott was talking
Okay.
about, where
Yeah.
what appears as a slight, like you don't do that. Like it looks to me like that guy deserves this, so that you just
just
go
from
do it.
my own perspective,
Yeah.
I'm making the decision. There's no one else. I got it.
Right.
Okay.
Rather than talking to the person that looks like they were the defender.
Yes.
Like, hey, how did you feel about that? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I was kind of stuck, but blah blah blah. But I wasn't ever in danger of getting hurt.
Yeah.
I was not going to get injured. I was just like, he's going pretty hard, and I couldn't do nothing about it. But like, that's cool. I need that.
Yeah.
Like some like Morgan's a good example of that. Like she.
Oh, she'll
wants-
look like she's getting murked by a dude twice her size, and she could care less.
Well, her mentality is. I
That could
I don't
happen.
know if she's always had this or not. I'd have to verify with her, but she likes it when people just get after it because that's when she knows it's real. Like if she's like, if people
she's truly testing herself at that point.
If people are coming at me with kid gloves, they are making my jiu-jitsu worse because I don't know then if it's effective or not.
Also, the same reason she won't roll with me,
Yeah.
because she has to use kid gloves in
Right.
her own head.
Right. But not everybody feels that way.
No.
So it would behoove the enforcer to go, hey, what happened? I'm just checking on you. That looked kind of messed up. And then based on that conversation, then you could have another conversation with the defender or the offender and be like, hey, what were you thinking? Like sometimes they seriously don't know any better. They don't know what's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, there's a lot of different situations that can be going on in their head where it's either worth that ass beating or not. Because you don't have to kick somebody's ass. You can have a conversation.
No, totally true.
Yeah.
I chose the latter. I didn't do that.
I
I should probably. He had been talked to though, so let's just go through my situation.
Okay.
He had been talked to by me. I was like, dude, you can't just keep. Earlier in that class alone, I said you can't just keep rolling with the same people because he was working his way around. And I talked to someone that he rolled with right after I rolled. I go, how was that? And he goes, she basically did not like it, said it was terrible, and he just tried to hurt them. I'm like, yep, okay. And I leaned over and I said, if he goes after her, and this was, does either of you remember when Jamal brought in a friend of his? She was like maybe 90 pounds soaking wet. She was smaller than my daughter.
I do remember her, yes.
And she was super nice and very quiet. Like she didn't say a lot. And
well, yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
And she was fun to roll with too.
Yep.
Like if you gave her space, she was slick. It was fun.
I remember now.
But he went to go get her again. And I said, And I got in between. I was like, come here. I was like, I'm done with this. And I was rolling nice until he tried to beat me. I was just going to keep him away from other people was my initial thought. But then he tried to hurt me. He was doing wrestling moves. I'm like, now I'm mad. So should I have done it? No. Did I enjoy it at the time? Yes. Until I literally saw that I like affected him like beyond, I shouldn't have done that because
I think at the point you have conversations with the defenders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people, and
two different people told me they had problems with it.
Yeah. That's more legit. At least you didn't take it just upon yourself based on what you thought.
No, and I still feel bad for doing it. I should have just told Chad, and been like, hey, Chad, this guy's having issues. But, Chad can only do so much. He's not on every match.
Right.
I'm sure he talked to him before that, too. So, I don't know.
Yeah, hard to say.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Read on, sir.
Read on. All right, the defender. Let's look at the defender. Either they are in over their head or they aren't. If they aren't in actual physical or mental distress, then they are pushing their limits, and the offender is more or less playing a part in that process, even if the situation is unfair. If the defender fails to estimate their own limits, then hopefully they are being monitored by an instructor to make sure they aren't attempting to exceed their capabilities. No matter what the situation is, the defender is their own first line of defense. It's their right to stop any roll at any time for any reason with a tap. This upholds their responsibility to keep themselves safe, as well as being responsible for the training benefit of the offender. By tapping to an unfair or harmful situation, the defender is also providing feedback to the offender that they are causing a bad situation. After the bad situation is prevented, a healthy training environment will cause self-reflection. This can be split up into negative and positive reflection. Good point.
Yes.
The first line of defense is always just stop the roll.
Yeah.
Because you can always tap out, just say stop, whatever. Verbal tap, whatever you got to do, and say, I'm not. This hurts. Like you're hurting me. I don't like this.
I personally had to do it.
Yep.
I've had to ever since my surgery. I've had to stop rolls.
Yep. I have
in the middle.
I have not taken that personal responsibility and not stopped.
Okay.
When I couldn't defend myself, and that's when I got injured.
Yeah.
A few times. A few of my injuries came from that.
Yes.
He's got a good point. Like the responsibility is my own to tap out.
To take care of yourself first. Yeah.
So for the first few years of my 12-year journey, I refused. Like I wouldn't tap out until I was going to either die from, blood choke or literally on the verge of breaking. Like it had to be high physical pain.
Yeah.
Like I'd get caught in an arm bar and I'm just, how the technique isn't quite right. So the arm bar's not there, but I'm like, I have no earthly idea how to get out.
Yeah,
because
it's so deep. You're just like, it doesn't hurt enough, but I have no clue where to go from there.
But I'm like,
unless they let go, I'm stuck.
I'm clearly stuck, but I'm going to wait until the pain registers in order to tap out. Like that was my really dipshit mentality, and that the onus is mine. Like I don't need Austin to come save me because I'm stupid. Like if
I'm choosing to be in that situation and stay in that situation, I'm choosing to see what happens and deal with the repercussions of said situation.
So you don't need to be defended, or you don't need to be like, hey, I need an enforcer because I'm too stupid to protect myself.
Yeah,
like that shouldn't be a thing either.
No. Meh. Hey, I have a little side tangent. I was watching a movie.
Jesus.
No, it has to do with choking.
Okay.
You said blood choke. I'm like, ha ha.
We don't need to know what you're watching that involves choking.
Oh, then just move on.
No, go ahead. No, we're already here.
No, I was watching a movie where a guy was choking out a guy. Ugliest choke ever, you know.
Most of them behind.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Does that bother any other people? I'm just like, this is garbage. Or it takes them maybe 30 seconds to kill a person. I'm like, you couldn't.
I know it bothers Croyler.
Yeah, bothers the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it bothers Croyler in certain pictures. Certain pictures.
It's funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
Just do it right.
Just don't let go.
Can I set the scene for that though?
Yeah.
So we took all the normal Christmas photos. Like, hey, we're standing in front of the tree, we're being cute, we had a blanket wrapped around us for one of them, it's adorable, whatever. And then the photographer says, hey, do something fun. I'm like, I don't know.
The only thing I know is fun is choking people.
Well, no. I'm already feeling awkward because I don't like being photographed.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, me too. I hate those damn things.
Why am I behind the camera? Exactly.
Yeah.
And Shannon goes, well, just choke me and we'll have fun with it. Okay.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Keep going.
So the photographer kind of looks at us and I go, it's a weird request, I know, but I do jiu-jitsu and this is kind of normal for us. We horse around. She goes, okay, whatever. If it's fun for you, do it.
Hey, no judging.
So then I did it. And we have the photo, and now everyone's mocking me for putting bad technique. It's like I can't really choke out the person when it's already an awkward situation to begin with.
I would like to just point out that I just put a heart by it. That's all I did.
Thank you.
That's all I did. Respect. I was being supportive.
Respect.
Supportive.
No. No.
No.
Coming from the guy who wouldn't tap to an actual choke at his own pool party.
No, it was my pool party, and he went to sleep.
That's fair.
Thank you, Claude.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, Claude put you out. Claude felt so terrible. So here's the scene on that one.
Did he?
Set it up, kid. No. Go.
So here's the deal. My wife likes to start, like, we have a jiu-jitsu pool party every year. And every year my wife drinks a few.
Except this year.
No, we had a party.
I wasn't invited to that one.
Yeah, you were. You were out of town. Oh. Yeah, douche. Anyways, but it was socially distanced because my wife really wasn't tackling people as much, maybe?
Hey,
that's what we'll call it.
Set up the story.
So, nobody
cares about that shit.
Yeah, true. So there's wrestling going on, and then
people are trying to throw each other
into the pool. Yeah. That's my wife's thing. Yep. Then other people kind of join in, and it's an insurance nightmare for me, but whatever. But then all of a sudden, for some reason, Paul decides, I'm not going back in the pool, and Claude grabs him and puts him in a choke. Paul thinks it's a great idea to hold onto a pole while someone's literally choking the crap out of him. Like, I'm good. I got this.
I didn't think he was actually going to go through
and Claude kind of said that. He goes, I didn't think I was going to do it. And then he kept holding on. And for some reason, next thing I knew, he was asleep. And the look on Claude's face, he did not feel good about himself because it went from like, cocky.
Everybody's having a good time.
Cocky, fun face to, oh shit.
He's like, I got this locked in, bro. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. He just held out. And the next thing I go, I'm the one that went, yeah, Claude, he's out. Everybody's like, ha ha. Oh. I'm like, yeah, he's out. He comes back. He's like, man, I just made a bid on a mansion.
Yeah.
That's what he dreamed about.
It's funny how long you think you're out.
Oh, dude, it feels like you're out forever. Have you ever been out?
No.
Austin?
No, I'm smart enough to tap.
How about you want to try it?
Yeah. Well,
I can show you how to do the proper application of a rear naked choke, and how
we have to do it during a photo shoot with an actual photographer that doesn't know what's going on.
We got a photographer style camera.
Yeah, we just set it up, do a timer thing. Sit right down here on this little pad, and
it's kind of cool. I mean, you wake up and you have a really, really long dream.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't do this shit.
Yeah, we're kidding, as far as you know.
Yeah, this doesn't actually happen, but you do have a really vivid
I
awkwardly
thought
long dream.
I thought
like,
I was out all night.
Yeah.
It felt like I had just, it was
You just wake up and you're like,
how long was I out for?
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Literally.
Not out very long.
You were like this, and then you're up. And I've seen that multiple times, by the way. I've seen Paul go out a few times.
Well, the other one was I was
No,
Well,
he was the Uki. He was the Uki while we were being showed something, and he was trying to be cool about it, and he was like, just had his hand up.
Yeah, I was ready to tap.
He was ready to tap, and then all of a sudden, I just watched his arm go slowly down. I'm like, yeah, guys, he's out. I save your life a lot. I just do.
So they would have got it eventually.
I don't know. He was on top of you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they're running through step by step of a mounted triangle.
Mounted triangle.
Yeah, and the first time I went out, it was just a triangle.
Oh, triangle.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like, okay,
Yep.
do this. You know, they're going step by step, and I'm like, just trying to let them get through it because
That's how I went out also, by the
I
way.
knew what step they were on. I'm like, oh, we're almost done. And apparently, you don't need to finish all the steps.
Yeah, no. Apparently, well, that's the thing. And don't be afraid to tap as an Uki, as the dummy, because I did the same shit. It was a triangle. I'm just sitting there, and I started to like lift my hand up, and that was the last thing I remember. Like, and I just woke.
Yeah.
But I didn't fall. I just stayed on my knees with my head tilted like this. I just woke up. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. No one noticed. I'm out.
I like the way Croyler teaches the triangle because every part of the sequence
Shit.
is finishing.
Yes.
You know, so
Yep.
so this will finish you. This will make it worse. This will make it worse.
Yes.
It just keeps on going. I'm like,
Yeah, it sucks.
why? He's like, because we can.
Yeah, because you do it right.
Because
it does
it's
this.
possible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Last team training when he about put Justin out,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you don't have to finish every step.
No.
Justin was almost out on step like 3 or 4, and I was like, there's like so many more steps.
Well,
What's going
think
on?
about a rear naked choke.
Same.
A rear naked choke, like step 2,
Well,
literally
Paul-
on someone that's not used to being choked, your blood's going away way too quick.
You remember when Paul came over and he was going, just kind of checking, see how our rear naked chokes were.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, those aren't bad, but let's make it a little bit better. Let's see the minimum amount of force you can do before you have to tap. And literally, it's just kind of like one arm over and in the right position, and you kind of hold it there. And yeah, it takes more than 6 seconds, but all of a sudden you're like,
one
not
arm
enough,
chokes somebody out.
Not enough blood is getting to my brain.
Yeah.
And like 20 seconds, and you're like,
You get the
you're starting to turn
noise.
red. You go,
Yeah, you get the
yeah,
in your head. You're like, oh no.
yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool as shit. I love that. I actually turned that into an actual choke. Is I can do it on skinnier people like Ben. I can pull it off. I could probably pull it off, and you don't have the widest shoulders.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's go. We'll see this. We'll do the nap thing all at the same time. It's not working. You still are small. He's trying to flex, by the way. You need a camera on you just so I can make fun of you properly. But I got a choke on Ben. He was so skinny, all the way to here, one arm.
Oh yeah.
I could not believe his neck was in there and not popped. And he was like, that was good. But I work on it, and I just work my hand across my own chest to see how close I can get, working from what he says, like, not a lot of motion. It's just I need enough pressure to keep it underneath their chin. Oh, it's kind of fun.
It is.
But Ben, holy shit, I thought his head was gonna pop off like a Pez dispenser. And then he finally tapped. He was like, that was good. All calm and shit. What an asshole.
He's fun.
I love that guy.
I miss Ben.
Best
It's been
friends.
too long.
Best friends.
Come over, Ben. We'll have a beer.
Yeah.
Negative. This can be split up into negative and positive reflection. A responsible, positive, and beneficial way to view a bad situation as a defender is to try and understand why the situation occurred. An easy takeaway is that technique was insufficient. This should result in more focused training to lessen the chances of a bad situation. Correctly assessing one's own capability also prevents future bad situations from arising until limits have been sufficiently expanded. A negative perspective on a bad situation is to have thoughts of jiu-jitsu not being good enough, or that just being stronger or faster or more aggressive in defense is the solution. This leads to either quitting jiu-jitsu or becoming the very thing that caused the problem, an offender.
Oh, yeah, that's a fine line, I would
Yes.
think. No, you put it that way. That's probably a fine line.
Exactly.
Because and that's it's the same idea of how much are you fighting back as a person that's being bullied until you become the bully.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Because you see that a lot. Like, you'll see a video and you're like, wow, it's great. This kid's standing up for himself. But most of the time, like, you'll end up kicking him an extra time in the head. It's like, well, you crossed that line, didn't you? From defense to now you're the bully.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
It
like
was a
that.
really good one. I like that one. Makes me hurt a little bit because I became the bully.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Same, right? So that's kind of what I was getting at. I'm like, oh, I really thought I was helping. I thought I
really
was
did,
promoting the pure culture that we all wanted.
No.
And in fact, what I'm doing
Is being an asshole.
well, just the other, because there's no communication, right?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not.
yeah.
You know, this is what me and Paul were talking about on the phone. Like, and I came to that realization. That's the word.
There we go. Yeah, no. This is your
It's
own
just-
thoughts.
God, it gets subsequently worse every week. Too,
So
doesn't it?
everyone wants to make fun of me because I don't think about what comes out of my mouth. This dude thinks about it and still can't get it out correctly.
Not mad at it.
No, you shouldn't. Your boy's way better.
Yeah. So, my point is, the thing that I thought was helping the culture
Yeah.
was hurting it because I didn't say, "Hey, offender, you shouldn't do this." I didn't go to the defender and say, "What is this worth?"
Yeah.
Having a conversation with him about, or were you just having fun? Like, where are you at? I never did that.
Yeah, you didn't
I took
take
it
the
upon
proper
myself.
steps.
I white knighted the shit out of that,
Yeah.
thinking I was being a good person, and then I'd go to the offender and be like, "Hey, we're gonna roll," and just smash him. And it was fun and it felt good, and I loved doing it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm that guy. Without ever
I
telling
know
him
that.
why.
Yeah.
So what that creates is, oh, that was a good roll. Like, it's really cool, all the stuff you can do. That's what jiu-jitsu is. I'm going to do more of that.
Well,
so
see-
I'm creating more of what I'm trying to stop him from doing because now they're too dumb, like I was,
Yeah.
to know any better.
But I told my guy.
Right, so
I was an ass.
I
But not in
I
a
didn't-
constructive way,
Right,
though.
we're not talking about your situation. We're talking
Okay,
about
yours. Go. Yep.
Not even
no,
mine.
the situation overall.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So what you did may or may not be, it could have been handled better,
Whatever.
for
Yes,
sure.
definitely.
But what I did, and I think what happens a lot, is it's like a passive aggressive way of trying to fix the culture.
Yes.
And because it's passive aggressive and there's no lesson to be learned, you're hurting the culture.
Yes.
Because they don't know
Damn
why
it.
they're getting their ass kicked.
But
they
they're getting
didn't
their ass
need you to
kicked.
kick their ass because they were just having a good time and trying to learn stuff.
As far as they knew. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're I don't want to say you're being as bad because you may not be, but you could be worse than
You
them
could be being
because
worse.
they don't know any better.
Well, and you're also making a conscious thought of like, I'm going to use what I've been taught to do something to you. It's like
exactly. So you're going to go harm somebody violently
Yeah.
using stuff that's supposed to make you better than that.
Yeah. That you don't have to do something
on,
like that.
on a person that is ignorant to the fact of what jiu-jitsu even is. Like,
Obviously.
when you're a white belt and you don't know jiu-jitsu, but you're just, hey, go roll. Like to Croyler's, what he does is he doesn't allow white belts roll with white belts for a reason, but he's got enough students where he can do that. Not every school can do that because of lack of colored belts. Yeah.
Yep.
So then you have these people that just they don't understand. They're ignorant of what they're supposed to be doing. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Their fight or flight kicks in. They're not used to it. They're scared, and they're just trying their best. They're not trying to hurt anybody. They're not trying to be that guy. They can't be it. Sometimes they are, right?
I was going to say, most of the time, if you're talking about using an enforcer, being an enforcer, whatever, it's been an ongoing issue, and the type of rolling that is occurring needs to be stifled. Now, should it be stifled like that? Now I know that's what we're talking about. But I know for a fact that there has been some in our gym that was completely warranted because it had gone through those steps that you're talking about weren't taken. So they were talked to multiple times. They were avoided by people in the gym because they rolled the way they did. They hurt people. And then they got dealt with. Now, one person in particular I can think of never learned.
Yeah.
Never
So
learned.
now we're getting into the realm where I'm more on board. So if I just catch a newbie doing stuff and be like, I'm going to go wreck his shit.
Don't do that.
I mostly changing my mind. I think there's situations where I still would, but
Okay.
it'd be a lot more rare. And
I think he would almost have to hurt someone.
Yeah.
He or she would have to hurt someone, like, intentionally.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher. You know, it was very black or white before, and now it's
Got a lot of gray in there.
exactly. What you're talking about, like if you have all the conversations, you've talked to somebody multiple times, and then you said, "Hey, look, I'm going to roll with you the way you roll with them.
Yes.
Let's see if you
exactly.
like it.
Yes.
Did you enjoy that? The answer should be no. That's not any fun.
Yeah, no.
If you did it right. So
Yeah.
that's what you're making everybody else feel like.
Yeah.
They don't want to roll with you. If they do roll with you, they're probably being polite.
Yes.
Do you want to be that guy? No. Then stop doing this. And sometimes it takes people, they'll understand, but they can't physically do it. And then you have to, as a coach, either put them like, you can only roll with these people
Yeah.
until you can control yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of enforcing somebody that can't control themselves or is kind of leans towards the asshole ways, right? They're they're competitive. They got way too much ego, testosterone raging through their body.
Yeah, they just want to go
the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, as the coach, look, I'm going to have a lot of conversations
Yeah.
with everybody. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to let you feel what you're doing to other people a couple of times. I'll grind you to dust like you're trying to do to everybody else. I'm going to mess you up violently. You can stick around and we can fix this, or you can quit.
Well, nah, I think that's what it is. The last part of that is like either this is what we're going to do, and this is what's going to happen to you, or you're going to be asked to not be at this gym anymore.
Yeah.
Like that is different. Like that, I almost see as you're trying to save a situation, rather than like just dealing with a dick. You know what I mean? It's like, well, at least I'm, as a coach, I'm looking out for my other people, but I'm also still looking out for him because we want jiu-jitsu to be to everybody.
Yeah. I think I don't agree with Croyler as far as jiu-jitsu is to fix everything. I think
talked about that before,
like I
though.
said, I'll agree with. I think it can help.
A lot of things, yeah.
If you use it to help, I think absolutely he's right. But I don't think it's just going to automatically make people a better person.
No.
Sometimes you have to, as a coach, facilitate making somebody a better person, or at least facilitate. They're not going to make this culture worse. Sometimes that includes kicking somebody out of the gym. Like, you're just not a good fit here. If you want an MMA gym or something that's more violent, I recommend these ones. You know, with my blessing, go off and fight harder. But at this school, that's not what we do. I want to keep people enjoying it, having a good time. You know, they can go to work tomorrow without limping around because you're too violent.
Me. Yeah, totally agree. Actually.
Was he mad or are you
No,
good?
totally agree. Actually.
All right. So the offender. The offender is either unaware of their training harm to their partner, or they think that harm is acceptable as a form of hard training. You might be worried you are an unaware offender. If you've been introduced, or if you've been instructed, if you've been instructed on your rights and responsibilities in rolling, you respect your partner's goals, then you aren't likely an offender that deserves a session with an enforcer. You are seeing physical truth through education and logic. While an enforcer is used to reveal physical truth to offenders who refuse education and logic and only respond to physical correction. Yeah. So, to help discourage being an offender, let's look at some common positive and negative responses to a person being informed that they are an offender. A positive response is to recognize that the defender is tapping to seemingly nothing, or an outside observer is interfering with the role to protect that defender. That recognition of being an offender should cause a recalibration of aggression levels. It should also lead to reevaluation of technique, since proper jiu-jitsu training doesn't cause physical or mental harm. A negative response...
Oh, I disagree. My mental is so jacked up because of jiu-jitsu. Well, it's probably because I'm bad at it. That's probably what it is.
If I was this bad after this many years, I'd be mentally messed up too.
Right?
All right. Physical and mental harm. A negative response is to take the tap as a win and assume that aggression is the solution to all jiu-jitsu problems. That path leads to defender and offender injuries and potential visits from the enforcer to demonstrate that there are levels to aggression that are situationally appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem comes with, yeah, exactly that. Oh, they didn't tap to a move, but I got them to tap by squeezing their head in my thighs.
Yeah.
Or headlock and squeezing
Yeah.
because I can pop it like a grape because I'm so much bigger. And they're like, I won.
Yeah.
That's jujitsu.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Right. So, yeah.
No.
So, yeah, you can either, like I said, there's a logical way to think through this and make yourself better. Or there's like, you want to know what that feels like, Cupcake?
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No,
Like,
not fun at all. I remember when I started, we had a wrestler visitor come in, and he put me in a cradle. I didn't know how to get out, but he just sat there. Like,
Yeah.
It didn't hurt. I was in a freaking cradle. By the way, sucks. Like, now I
Yeah.
could get out. Then I couldn't get out. I was
Yeah.
just stuck.
Yeah, so-
It's like, this is terrible.
it's always interesting when somebody knows a little bit, they have a little bit of fight IQ,
Yeah.
a little bit of wrestling,
Yeah.
and they can put certain people in moves that they're not going to tap them out.
No.
They're just like, I'm going to keep you in side control and hold on for dear life until this
Yes.
3 minutes runs
Yeah.
out.
It's weird, right?
So again, you can go to here like, hey, how did that roll feel? Do you think you did good? What did you think about that roll? Well, I did good. I was on top. I kept them down. They couldn't escape. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to put you in that position and just try to escape and just hold them there for 3 minutes. Just let them wiggle out and do everything. Just because you can do that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if,
I could
if
do
you
it
have the
to
technique.
you.
Like I can just make you lay there for the entire 3 or
could.
5 or 8 minute round. Is that fun? Did you have a good time?
Did it feel jujitsu-y?
Right. Did you learn anything?
think I did.
Exactly. So there's ways to be an enforcer. That's not being a dick. That's just here.
Yeah.
Let me show you why what you're doing, it feels like winning, but in fact, this is what it feels like.
Gosh, I wish I could do that. I just don't have the I don't know,
Wait,
patience is the wrong word.
Right.
Or,
You're not the coach,
yeah,
right?
I'm just
So,
not. I couldn't
yeah.
do it.
But I think a coach could go like, all right, we can fix what you're doing because that's common.
Yes.
That's,
that's
I'm not
very
even
common.
I'm not even mad at that. You get
No,
side control. You're
no.
excited. You're like, holy crap!
You have a dominant
I'm
position.
on top. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I haven't
crazy.
been on top in 3 weeks, and this is the first time,
Yeah.
and I'm going to hold you there.
Especially
for
if you're a
I got.
wrestler, because you're literally winning in wrestling
Yeah.
at that point, and I get it. I really
Yep.
do, but it's not
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
So sometimes being an enforcer, like the coach can go, hey Kip, here's what he's doing to them. Can you just have a conversation, show him what it feels like a little bit? Just be like, hey man,
Yeah.
this is what you're doing. This is what it should feel like. So you can have like an A/B. It's like, oh, A, I don't like that at all, and that's
Yes.
what I'm making other people feel like. B is, okay, he could obviously do whatever he wanted, and there's movement, and we're going back and forth, and there's some
Yes.
scrambles. I'm like, oh, that was way more fun. Yeah, exactly. I can do this to you. Like I proved that. Like here's what I can do.
Yes.
And here's what you're doing. Like that's okay because that's all you know. But let's fix that. Let's be aware of that so that we can move towards more fun and
More
less
fun.
and less hurty.
Jiu-jitsu is
Yeah.
fun.
That should be.
It really
Yeah.
isn't hurty if you do it
Yeah.
right. But the problem is, and this is kind of a little off track, but it really makes sense, is like people like you when you started were just going too hard. I, on the other hand, had enough like balance and body awareness to make it horrible because I could stop sweeps just because I had really good balance. I'm like, and it took me forever to figure out, like, with you telling me, like, you're not helping yourself. I'm like, you're right. But there's so many things to make it slow and shitty. You don't need someone. I'm just supporting a little enforcement is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is I don't need someone else creating another issue more than my own
Yeah.
that I'm creating, that everyone creates as a white belt. We all do it.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just, enforcers are necessary in my opinion.
I think an enforcer done right can really restore balance to a
Yes.
gym, not just based on hurting somebody because they hurt them.
Well, I think Morgan's really good for that because she'll deflate people because the way she rolls deflates you. She gets on top of you, and for some reason that little spider monkey will not get the hell off of you.
Well, I mean, we talked about her before. That's why
Yeah.
we did the entire private lesson on mount escapes.
Was Morgan.
It was her fault.
Dude, you couldn't. She gets on top of you, and
Yeah.
you're like, well, this is over.
Yeah, this is my
and
life
it's just
now.
a matter of when she feels like finishing it.
Do you remember-
and it sucks.
Do you remember when we went to that? Was it in Chicago?
Yeah.
And she got mount, and we were like, "Well, it's over."
Yeah, we
we
did.
almost all but walked
Somebody
away.
was recording it, and you could hear me and Paul go, "Yep, that's over."
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.
It was just a matter
Yeah, it
of
was
time
it.
before she finished her. I'm like, "Yeah, sorry." The woman ended up giving up her arm, but it was a good fight. But yeah.
I mean, to be fair, she could have been better at escapes than we were with Morgan. But I mean, we knew
well, let's be honest though. Morgan, she got out because, well, let's be honest. She, as Morgan said, she pulled my titty out. That was that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear that? It was fucking hilarious because, and no one saw it. Like Morgan was super worried that people saw it, but it was to the back side, away from everybody. Like camera was on her, but you still couldn't see anything. But yeah, like Morgan's like, yeah, I had to let her go because she literally pulled my tit out. And I'm like,
I was more concerned about this than
we're like, how did she get away? She's like, well, she pulled my tit out. I'm like, oh, the tit defense,
wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. Thought that was I can't believe you hadn't heard that story. It was pretty good. She still won, but she had to give up mount because the girl pulled the shirt down. I'm like, oh, it sucks.
I'm not sure if I read the last sentence.
Doesn't matter.
A negative response is to take the tap as a win. No, I read it. I remember now. We just talked about it. All right, observers. What about when you are outside a situation that has an offender and a defender in an unfair or dangerous situation? As a member of the Academy, if you are looking at an unfair situation and you interrupt it when there's no physical or mental danger, what is the consequence for the defender? An easy takeaway by the defender is that you are disrespecting their ability to govern themselves.
Clearly.
You are implicit.
Needed to happen. Sorry.
Right. So you are implicitly indicating that they are not capable of the simple act of tapping and refusing to continue. This means that unless you are very experienced and can recognize when someone is in physical or mental distress that would lead to a dangerous situation, then by default, you should respect the defender and resist both being an enforcer and or encouraging an enforcer to engage the offender. Also, intervening without providing guidance merely stops the event rather than preventing the future events. This means that your responsibility as an observer depends on your skill level and how in tune you are with your instructor's goals for the training environment. It's one thing to admonish someone against slamming from inside the guard or heel hooking someone that doesn't know how to defend, but it's quite another to pronounce judgment on how hard or unfairly two people are rolling, much less provide beneficial coaching to correct the behavior if it needs correcting. Being stressed is part of growth in jiu-jitsu, and it takes experience to recognize the difference between good and bad stress. When in doubt, be responsible and ask your coach to pay attention to the situation. It may end up being a lesson for you as well. That's a good point.
It is.
A couple points there, just to reiterate. If Austin's getting beat up because he's helpless, and I'm like, whoa,
You keep making him the helpless one
because he's here.
Can't he be imaginary?
Nope, because he's here.
Okay, sorry, Austin.
And he can defend himself. He's got a mic.
He does. He doesn't like touching it, though.
Yeah.
What am I going to defend myself? What am I going to say?
That's my point.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Please stop talking trash.
I can defend myself.
This hurts my feelings.
I'm rubber and you're glue.
Yeah.
I still get tapped by white belts all the time. It's great.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
White
exactly.
belts are awesome.
So,
I'm good with it.
let's say a brand new Frank joined the gym.
Oh,
A brand new Frank.
There are
like
no-
a Frank that we
Everybody
don't
has a
know.
Frank.
So everybody knows Frank is the person that he has everything bodily that you would want for jiu-jitsu, right?
Yes.
You're tall, strong, flexible, all that. Just good at jiu-jitsu without knowing it. It's one of those
It's
unicorns.
Annoying as hell.
Yeah. Love you, Frank. I hate you. So so the point is, let's say somebody like that comes in and he just starts wrecking shop on Austin. And clearly Austin's like, I can't escape. He's doing this. And this guy doesn't know jiu-jitsu. He's new. Maybe he wrestled. Maybe he was into powerlifting, whatever. He's just, what a nightmare. He's been a nightmare for Austin. And I take it upon myself to go, stop that roll. Well, Austin's going, I was doing fine.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
felt
mean?
fine with this.
Like he's not hurting me. Like, why are you
God,
thinking
I
you
couldn't-
have to protect me?
I couldn't do that.
Like that is so condescending.
I've had to fight that with my wife because my wife I've had to watch get mauled by a guy using zero technique, and I'm just like, I'm gonna say something. I can't. It's her shit.
That's a good point.
Dude, it's hard.
That's a really good point.
yeah, the significant other factor.
Yeah.
That's because your wife doesn't do jiu-jitsu, Paul.
Not even a little.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, it's hard, man.
I didn't even think about that till this very second.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. It's easy to use him as an example, but watching your wife get that guy, because that guy always comes in.
Yeah, it happens.
Your wife knows jujitsu, but at the same time, as we saw with like the mountain video,
Yeah.
you can be overpowered.
Size can just take it.
Right.
It is what it is. It doesn't, man or woman, it doesn't matter. If
Right.
they're just bigger, powerful, faster,
Yeah.
it's going, and you're a blue belt.
Yeah, there's some unique individuals
You're
that
screwed.
you have to be like the Gordon Ryans of the world to whoop that ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I was a black belt, and the average black belt that I would be, like,
Yeah.
I'm not beating the mountain. No, he's gonna
No.
lay on me and be like,
The guy just became 2 forearms. That's how big the dude was underneath him.
yeah,
You just saw 2 forearms. You're like, wow, that's interesting. And that's what my wife, I've had it a few times, and I was just like, dude, it's so hard to just not be like, I just want to kick the dude in the head.
But you let it go,
that's
right?
my solution. I have to let it go. It's not my place.
Yeah.
But my wife doesn't care.
So-
She's been smashed by
right.
a lot of people. She doesn't care.
how pissed would she be if you kept on coming and stopping that?
Dude, she would
Because
be so pissed at me.
exact, because that's condescending
It's
as hell.
very condescending.
Oh yeah,
To
so-
even think that she needs my help is condescending, because she can take care of her damn self. Clearly.
Yep. He's got a couple really good points with,
Yeah.
like if a white belt or a blue belt is trying to heel hook somebody
Yeah,
that
no,
doesn't know about
stop
heel
that,
hooks,
stop
like,
that,
no,
stop
it's
that.
like, well, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
You know, let's
That's
let's not
fair
do that.
enough.
But if it's just like somebody's on mount
Yeah.
and they can't get out and they're just like trying to push the arm down, but the other person's defending, and you know, it's kind of like, all right, it's just that could be better, but
you can't stop it
exactly.
for
Exception to the rule. What if it's like this combat jujitsu crap? Some
Crap? Awesomeness?
He held out a long time on bringing that shit up.
Well, so let's assume someone comes into the gym, they're new, they don't know jujitsu at all, but they think that's what it is. Because we had a guy come in during Nogi, and he goes, "I'm here to train UFC."
I love those guys.
Yeah, I don't mean
I
to
love
laugh at
those
the guy,
guys.
but it's like, come on, you got to know the difference. But
There's
anyway,
MMA, and then
if a
there's
guy comes
jiu-jitsu.
in,
yeah,
and let's say they're picking on little old Austin,
Mm-hmm.
and they start combat jujitsu, they start slapping me, they start punching me, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? At that point, would you stop?
Yes, I would stop.
Okay. I feel
One
like-
strike
wait.
would make me stop. One slap would make me stop that
all
roll.
right, who's getting slapped?
Austin.
Because I'm
Oh, that does kind of change it.
All right.
Oh, get back to
Kip's
me on
wife
that.
is getting slapped.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Someone we like.
Damn it.
I let it go to 2 or 3 slaps. All right.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Is he really hitting her?
Yeah, it would probably
All right, I'll
would
stop
take more
it.
than one, unless it was like just a haul back.
Yes.
Bam!
Just like,
But if it was like just like pink, and you're like, did they slap them?
I've never
And then
seen
like
that.
another one, be like, okay, we got a problem.
I've never seen that happen.
Oh, I don't. Well, combat jujitsu is really
It's
new.
true. Yeah, people
Really
look at
new.
In our gym, I haven't seen it happen.
No, but it could in the future
yeah.
because I guess people are really liking that. Like Paul loved this combat jujitsu.
Well, it's funny. So if it turned into a fist fight, to be fair, like somebody tried that with like Jesse, I'd let it go because it's going to be a bad
God.
day for them.
It would be
Dude.
funny to watch.
Holy shit! Because Jesse's not a big dude.
I'd run to get my popcorn.
Yeah.
I'd run. Like, wait.
I wouldn't get time. I would just put my knee. I'll just sit there. I'll just get on the
Where's
mat.
my phone?
Oh, I gotta get him.
Paul can't,
Get him!
Paul can't run, so it would be
Yeah, that'd be true.
brisk walking.
Yeah.
No, it would be. Can you go get me popcorn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here watching this.
A pull rank.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I got a pro belt,
want-
so I can pull rank.
You want to know what? That sucks because Morgan pulls rank on me when we're like on vacation together. It's like rank. I'm like, fuck you.
That's
Not
the
at
thing.
gym.
Hey, that's a jiu-jitsu. That's a part of the family, man. You can't get away from it.
Plus, you can kick the living crap out of me. So it's like, yeah, hard pass.
Like, who's buying the next round? Well, we can fight for it. I'm going to go pull her.
You might as well have pulled rank.
Yep.
Son of a.
All right, moving on. Awareness.
How much more is there? I'm just wondering
almost
for
done.
my own ADD ass.
Almost done.
All right.
Awareness. Nobody walks into jiu-jitsu with a proper calibration of self-awareness. Natural reactions are usually too physical. This means it's important that before you even spar in jiu-jitsu, you need to realize that you could easily end up being an offender or defender in an unfair or even dangerous situation. Your default should be assuming a responsibility towards moderation and building awareness slowly. Anytime you make a mistake, you have the right to tap for any reason, even if you feel like you are the offender.
I'm the offender.
All right.
That's what I do.
As strange as that may sound. Okay. In jiu-jitsu, we are wired to get the tap, but we sometimes have to fight our instincts and follow the adage to tap early and tap often. If you feel like you are exceeding your own exceeding your own or your partner's limits, tap or otherwise stop the roll. If you assert your right to choose to tap and you choose to be responsible for your own training as well as your partner's training, then you will build awareness of good jiu-jitsu and help the entire room get better as you get better. If you're the defender, it's easier to tap out. If you're the one that thinks you're winning.
And that's where all of this comes to an interesting point for me, is most of the people, and I think I did say it earlier, most of the people that need to be enforced upon don't know they need to be enforced upon. They just don't. They think this is what it is. No matter what happens to them, they're going to think, because the enforcer isn't going to be a person of their level.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're going to be like, well, I lost to them on purpose. You know, I'm supposed to lose to that purple belt or whatever. Like, so they're always going to have a rationalization for that. That's why this is. That's why when we started this, I'm like, enforcers are totally a thing, has to happen. And now I'm like, maybe not. Maybe they aren't the most productive thing to have in the gym.
So I think there are 100% situations that call for enforcers, and some people just need to get an ass kicking. They're out there.
Yeah.
But in my mind, before the show, like, those situations were aplenty. You know, they were available all the time.
They seemed
like enforcement
it,
was like.
Well, we had one perfect. Was that JP kid?
Yeah.
He came in as a wrestler, thought he was just awesome, and everyone beat the shit out of him. Everyone. Because he didn't know jiu-jitsu. Yeah. He was a really good wrestler, which equaled triangles and galore aplenty.
Yes, sir.
Arm bars aplenty, because he would push and post. It was just, I mean, I choked him till he was blue and he didn't tap. I had to let go because I felt bad. I looked around and I'm like, dude, he's turning blue. I'm like, all right, well, I'm letting go. Because he would have gone out. I just felt bad. I can't do it. He was a kid, man. He was like 19 or some shit. Did you know he gave himself a blue belt and showed up at another gym?
A kid?
No, he did it in Indiana.
Oh, wow.
And he said he got it from Chad. Guy called Chad. Chad said no.
Wow.
Yeah, gave himself a blue belt.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Would have done that.
Good story. Good story. Don't do that.
So,
kids. Don't do that.
I think that as a defender, what he's saying here makes a lot of sense. You know, as an offender, I can't not say it now. I ruined it for myself.
It's not an offender. It's an offender.
It's an offender. So, I think you need. You're not going to self correct. You need correction.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
The person that needs to be enforced upon.
Yeah.
Just, it has to happen.
When you first start jiu-jitsu, I think it would be beneficial to have this kind of conversation.
Yes.
And then have a coach roll and say, hey, here's what a lot of people think it is. Here's what a lot of people do. You know, we're going to roll, and I'm going to stop, kind of like I did with you. I'm going to, as you're making the egregious mistakes, I'm going to stop you.
Which I made plenty.
And explain why that's not helping you or anybody else.
Yes.
And the problem with that is it takes so much time and effort.
And it's not just going to happen. Yeah. It's not a light switch. They're not going to listen. They're going to be like, no, I'm fine. Just like I said, the people that need to be enforced upon are mostly people that are oblivious to everything around. Kind of like you were. You admit to that. You're like, I didn't see myself as that person. So
there's people that we get lucky with, like Austin, that just comes in and they already got the perfect attitude. They're good. There needs to be no talking to. And then you have the people that will never learn, like we just talked about. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you show them and tell them and talk to them, and you can grind them to dust, and they're just like, that's awesome. They just will not learn. And I think those people are the ones that you have to ask to leave. But then there's the ones that are just like, oh, man, I don't want to ask them to leave.
They're in that little gray area. They don't. You can tell they don't mean it.
Yeah.
But they can't help it.
Yep. I've worked with people that are like that. They're so competitive. They're so... Scared's not the word. It's just that they can't not get after it. They can't hold back at all. Yeah. They're aware. They're not afraid of tapping out.
Yeah.
They're not. Their ego isn't. And we talked about this before. Their ego isn't. I can't lose. It's just that in the heat of the moment, they can't take their foot off the gas pedal.
And there's different. It happens for different reasons. Because I went through it. Like when I got back, I started to become a person that got really aggressive, and I didn't realize it until my wife, are like, "You're just rolling hard." I'm like, fuck. And I didn't know. I was like, because I was just defending myself. So there's different reasons what cause it.
Yeah.
But I'm the kind of person that if you tell me, I take a step back real quick. And, the self-hatred's so high in myself, I kind of agree
Makes it easy
with everyone. So I'm like, okay, I'm an asshole. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Because I can look at it and go, yeah, I can see that. And especially when you're telling me. It's like, oh, fuck. Paul doesn't even roll hard.
Yeah, when it's...
But most people don't have that, though. It's not like I'm special. It's just... I was brought up that way. I was brought up as a salesman that's going to get... people are going to talk shit to you. My family, we're just a family of salesmen. And... it's literally you're going to get told no more than you're going to get told yes in your life. Get used to it. So you're going to hear more negative than you ever are going to hear positive. So I'm just used to that shit. So I have to be introspective. You're introspective also. So is Austin, actually. Really, like, I don't want to be that far-fetched of a guy or the person that you used to be. So for me, it's easy, but there's so many people that's not easy. It's not not a thing to... You don't like hearing negatives because negatives just hit you right in the heart.
Yeah, if you can't take criticism, you're going to have a hard go.
It's going to be a hard go.
Rough go.
Yeah, but I think more people can't take criticism than can.
Oh, yeah.
I know when I was younger, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's getting worse, too. Maybe I'm just getting old and crotchety.
Yeah, we're old and crotchety.
It's probably not getting worse.
We keep calling all the people at the gym kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're old and crotchety.
They're like 33
We're
and
the
have
problem.
3 kids. Hey, son, come here.
Oh, yeah. I totally called Frank a kid. I was like, Frank's a kid. He's got 3 children. He has 3 girls, just like I do. I'm like,
That's funny.
Dude, you're a kid.
You were born in what year?
You disgust me by the age on your birth certificate.
All right, last sentence. All right, the goal. As stated before, the ideal goal is a healthy and productive environment. Part of building it is maximizing the respect given to everyone, even in unfair situations. Of course, in case of imminent danger, the defender needs to tap, and they should be able to rely on instructors and much more experienced students to have their back and halt situations the defender can't recognize on their own. That's a key point. No matter what,
Killing it.
Hold on. No matter what, even jiu-jitsu should cause all people involved to get better at jiu-jitsu.
What?
Anyone. Okay. Whatever.
Way to come out strong. Finish strong.
Finish that strong. So if you're in jiu-jitsu, you want everybody to be better.
Yes.
So if we do more of the right things, if we understand kind of some of the nuance that Paul Elliott was talking about here about, hey, there's a right and a wrong way to be an enforcer.
Yes.
And properly used, it can be a huge benefit. Yes, I understand that sometimes it feels really good to smash somebody.
It does.
Like, yeah, good. I feel good. And I felt that, and, he's like, yeah, I was that guy. I think I've overall done more harm than good by trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, probably.
So now that I know better, I'm more aware of it. I'm like, oh, okay, we can modify how I enforce. And I'm not typically the enforcer because I'm not that role. But
you don't try that hard.
No. So, but you can piss me off. Like, just like you said, if you see something egregious, like, dude, this guy is clearly...
Well, I've seen you get after it. You're a dangerous son of a bitch when you get after it. That's for sure.
I've done it once where I actually think I made somebody quit, but he disrespected my wife. So
whoops.
I have a real hard time
That's gonna be a tough
about
one.
that. So
Yeah. I don't want you here anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things where I can do it in most situations. Like if the mountain comes in, I'm like, no, I'm out. Justin.
Yeah.
And even now, he squashed Justin too. Like there's
Justin's a mountain of a man, but when that guy comes in, it's like
he makes
a molehill
Justin look
of
like
a man.
baby.
It's a baby.
You know how Justin makes me look like his son, like his 12-year-old son.
Dude, he makes everyone look small.
Yeah, the mountain would
like
make Justin look like
doesn't
a
even
little
look that big against him.
No.
He's just a big dude.
Yeah.
Justin's bigger than OSP.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so
I'm not surprised.
I hadn't thought about it, but yeah.
Justin went with Jamal to Vegas for the fight, and he saw OSP walk up for the weigh, and Justin kind of looked at himself, and he goes, "Holy shit, I'm bigger than him." Oh, yikes! Good training partner for Jamal.
I heard that when you meet UFC fighters, they're actually not as big as you think they are.
No, I'm sure the camera makes them look big.
Well, look at Jamal.
Yeah,
Jamal was the same size as OSP, pretty much. Maybe a little more slender, but not by much.
Right.
No.
And Jamal looks normal. I mean, he's a big dude, obviously, but he's not
He's not like the mountain.
Yeah, he's not the mountain.
Right.
And he's a light heavyweight.
Right.
It's a big dude, man.
Crazy to think about.
Have you seen the pictures of Jon Jones as a heavyweight?
He's getting big.
Holy shit. Because
getting
I thought with
jacked.
his build, he was not going to be that big heavyweight. He was going to be like Stefan Struve, but shorter, But no, he's thick. He's freaking ripped up, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sure, it's all natural.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. All of it
Stupid
natural.
genes.
He's never had accusations of steroid abuse or anything.
No,
like that.
no, not at all. He hasn't had fights canceled because of it at all. Nope. Not a thing.
So glad that he's not in this room right now.
I would run.
Makes me happy.
Very, very
I don't know.
fast. I would zigzag.
I just get dead.
Retreat formation. It's fine.
That's what sucks when you can't run and you're not good at fighting like me.
Yeah.
I should probably stop talking shit.
Clearly, you haven't seen your fight from the outside. Oh wait, yeah, you did. That's coming up Friday. Your fight was awesome.
Can't wait for Friday. I even said it as a premiere
Friday,
on
Fright
YouTube,
Day.
which is a thing you can do.
No,
What?
nice.
So now it always
Nice.
shows up in the YouTube feed. It says, and it's got a little countdown basically.
Friday
Midnight. Let's go.
You're killing the social media, and by that I mean you're killing me and the social media. Like,
Oh, dude, he doesn't take any
Like,
exception on me.
Yeah.
like I see this thing, like the one with the hat. Your little.
That was hilarious.
Dude.
If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and also TikTok. That's the one that Paul actually takes care of. So that's a little, you'll get different content on there. So it's worth checking out.
point.
But a lot of the stuff Austin does is great video editing. And part of it was 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
We were trying to show.
It was last
It was
week.
last week. Okay,
Yeah.
we were trying to show the hat
Yeah.
again, and he threw it to me because I do the advertisements, and
I
Paul thought it was
coming
coming to
my
him, and you zoomed in on Paul and slow moed his face of disappointment of, oh, it was not
Yeah.
thrown to me.
I laughed.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And
I
then,
like that a
then
lot.
mistakenly, I did a double bicep flex mocking Austin. I think like that. He's
That
like,
was awesome.
Screen shoot this, caption that. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
It was
that's
good.
hurtful.
it was
I'm
good.
always watching, boys.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
up.
I've had to tell
Yeah.
my wife, I'm like, don't post that. I just did. I took a funny picture for one of her friends, and for her to send it, I go, do not post that. She goes, why?
'Cause
I go,
it'll be
because
used."
fucking Austin will get it.
Dude, he goes deep in the archives.
I know, he finds
Deep.
some
I'm
shit.
like, that's from like 2008, and he's.
I will say this: there are lines, and if there's anything you never
No,
never
if it's
want me to
out there,
post-
dude, if it's out there, it's out there, it's fair
Right.
game.
I
Dude.
don't care.
I don't care. I
But,
really
like,
don't.
When we were at your house watching the fights, there were some photos sent of why someone wasn't at the fight. Do you remember this? We've talked about it on the show. I'll just say it, it's Morgan.
What did I do?
Why wasn't Morgan at the fights?
I don't know what's going on. I wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. 'cause
I'm not
you-
privy.
Yeah, there were pictures. There were pictures.
Morgan was having a good time. and
Yeah, she had a little too good of a time before coming over to the point where she never came over.
Whoops.
Yeah,
But hey,
that's
safety
more-
first.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
safety first. Good for her.
Before, hey, can you get on Flick Chat real quick?
I can. Yeah,
All
what's
right,
up?
I don't want to miss anything.
Hold on, what is this? Oh wait, mine doesn't work. By the way, that's why you haven't seen me on FlickChat. Mine will not come back up. I have an email out to them right now.
I was kind of wondering.
It won't let me be on there.
Oh, well.
Kicks me right back out.
I just
Really?
found out today I was a moderator. Idiots.
I made you a moderator a while ago, dude.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. I'm gonna kick people out.
I want to say congratulations to Nathan.
Yes,
for getting
he's
his
a purple belt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a big
super
deal.
proud,
That's a big
man.
deal. And Sam, the dirty white belt, is no longer Sam, the dirty white belt. He is now Sam, the pristine blue belt. We need. He's better.
I don't think he
You gotta
jumped.
fix that.
I don't think he jumped a belt all of a sudden.
No, he's
I
a
said
brown
blue.
belt, Paul. He went from dirty white belt to brown.
Yeah.
I said blue, didn't I? Did I say purple?
Yeah,
You
no, you said
struggled.
brown, but blue, but you really struggled. You're like, what comes after white?
I don't know.
That was really weird.
5 stripes? Like, what is that?
That's why I tried.
Yeah. Anyway, congrats,
Yeah,
Sam.
both are awesome, guys.
Rich got his blue belt as well. Just says Rich.
Oh, hey, Rich.
Yeah, hey Rich, congratulations.
fellas?
So
We
yeah,
know who
we had
you
a couple
are.
people get promoted up. So
Dude, it makes me so happy when
Yeah.
people post that shit.
yeah,
It
that's
really
awesome.
does.
So yeah, congrats guys. That's awesome. Proud of you guys.
Small plug for Mr. Al from Top Mount. You can also follow Proud BJJ White Belt.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah,
also
yeah. I
posts
have a
all that
hat
stuff.
from them.
Yep.
Yeah, they usually post all that stuff, especially for our group. Our group gets a little extra love
That's
from
awesome.
them, which is really, really cool. I can't remember It's a
And
family
congratulations to Austin for his stripe.
Oh,
Yeah, you got a strike, buddy.
Yeah. Look
I'm
at
proud of you, buddy.
You're happy about it.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
I mean, you caught up to me. I've only, you know,
Oh, yeah, good job.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks.
We'll do a little mini gauntlet.
Great.
Yeah.
There's already a video of you like controlling me.
Yeah, we'll do another
Yeah,
one.
but that
Rest
wasn't
round for
abuse.
Paul.
We need abused.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, controlling was one thing.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out. I've had this question a lot from people, from listeners. What are we gonna do next week for Kip not swearing? What's the bet?
Oh,
Like, what are
yeah,
the
we should finish that
stipulations?
up.
Clanging a banging shirt.
Are we
I'm gonna
gonna
bang
do
shirt
who's,
if Kip fails.
Yeah.
Can we get just one shirt made from a place? Yeah, I bet there's one online.
Well, I've
No,
already had
yeah.
a few people send us a message like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this shirt exists."
Yeah.
So we'll buy that.
Okay.
But
If
that
Kip
one's
fails.
so ugly.
That's the point.
Perfect.
Oh, it is. Have you? Yeah, because I saw one message. I'm like, that is the most hideous shirt ever.
Great, and you need to wear it. If
Are
you
we going to
fail.
cut the sleeves off?
You're making it worse for yourself. Now we are.
Yeah, that was dumb,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
I walked right into that one.
Yeah.
And if I lose, I gotta dress up like a pug in a
I
leotard
cannot wait to
and
get
do
that
no
picture.
gi.
So if Kip does not swear the entire show,
The whole show
Paul does no-gi.
with Austin.
All right.
Yep.
I gotta even do the whole dress up like a
Oh,
pug
you
in
got
a
dressed up
leotard.
like a
You gotta wear
freak.
the
Oh,
gear.
dude.
Yeah.
We have great gear from one of our best sponsors.
The gear is great. How I wear it is the problem.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be awesome.
But
Can't wait.
when Kip swears, because he's going to.
No, I'm not. I am not.
Just order the shirt.
Well, I should just order the shirt tonight. Clanging and banging.
Clanging and
sleeves
banging.
cut off. You have to wear it.
Swole Society.
Do I have to buy it myself, too? Because this seems very lopsided. Okay, the show will buy it. Fuck it.
Okay. That's the bet.
Get it all out, Kit.
Unless we
all
come
out.
up with something
Yeah,
better.
right.
But that's the bet right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So far, we're both not going to like the outcome.
No.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Because
Good job.
if you guys are new to the show at all, I hate platitudes. They're one of my most
yeah.
hated things in the world. I fucking hate them. That's why I hate Journey.
Journey,
That's why I
Path.
hate Path.
Yeah.
Because they're so overused.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just part of his journey. Shut up. All of you just shut up. Makes me angry.
I'm waiting for people to just count
Clanging and
Journey and
banging.
Path.
That's like is that higher or lower on the list?
What, clanging and banging?
Yeah.
It's fucking the highest thing on the list.
Oh yeah.
And no, I'm not going to tell you. I almost told you another one that pissed me off. That would have been a mistake.
Yeah. That would not be smart.
For sure
You
know
know,
that.
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Maybe Al can make a sweet top about clanging and banging. He actually enjoys it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no real shirt manufacturer makes them. Those are all just fucking
Knockoffs.
drop ships.
Yeah.
They're all, that's all bullshit anyways. That's
Al
why it's
would make-
uglier than
Al
hell,
would make
man.
a sweet one. And
Yeah,
you
he
probably
would.
enjoy
You make a
wearing it.
legit one, actually. I
we'll
would
see.
not enjoy making it.
see.
Wearing it? No.
Can we have like a Grappling Dad's clanging and banging shirt? And where are we with the 3-piece gi?
Dude, let it go.
I can't. I'm
Let
so
it
on
go.
board with that. Everybody here hates me.
Yeah, a little bit.
The clanging and banging shirt I would actually wear because I go to the gym. I clang and bang.
Yeah, you do. Just not enough.
I could burn it in effigy. I could do that for you. Fucking hate that shirt. If I lose, man.
Hey, ask Roy what he thinks of your 155 for 3 sets of 3.
No, because Roy's you, but ginger. No, it doesn't help anything.
Towards you, but ginger.
But he knows better. It's like, that's trash. Come in front of the camera and do a flex. Be like,
Dude, he looks good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I look like garbage.
You look like you should be able to
What
lose
else?
some weight.
So
I'm not flexing in front of the camera.
no,
It's
please
weird.
don't. That's
Yeah.
just weird.
Last time
Because
I
he's
did
gonna
something-
stand like right about
Yeah,
here in
there's
between
no-
us,
Yeah.
just awkward as hell.
I got it framed perfectly for the show.
His head will be
Whatever
cut
I do.
off. It'll just be too.
Yeah. It'll be
well,
on.
all right.
It'll be on the news. People ask questions. And, yeah,
Yeah, no, don't do
Yeah,
that.
that's fair.
No.
That's fair.
But yeah, definitely. As I said, give us a follow on our socials. They are getting better because Austin's awesome, ish. And if you want to become a Patreon, help the show out, moving forward and getting better, go to our website, grapplingdads.com. Go down to the bottom on the right-hand side. I do believe still is the Patreon button. Just click right there. It'll take you right in. And we would certainly appreciate it. The money all goes to doing things for the community and the show to get better
Buying
and
this
reach
stuff
more
over
people.
here.
Yeah, this buys this shit. Good job, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks to the patrons,
you.
our show doesn't sound as bad on the,
Yes,
in the car.
it sounds good. I can listen to it in my own
yeah,
car.
it's listenable.
Yeah, listenable.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
Roy just said it. It isn't bad.
God damn it, Roy. I thought we were friends.
Okay, now I like Roy again. Roy's my best friend.
2 out of 3 people on this show like
Yes.
you, Roy.
How dare you?
Yep.
All right. Well,
The important parts of the show.
that backfired.
Like you.
All right. Show over. Hey, I'm done.
All right, guys.
Show. Bye.
Bye.